Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I just wanted to come and run my mouth and talk about love and hip hop Huntsville. I have a lot to say, okay? I have a lot to say. All right, let's just start off with Stormy and Melody. Full stop, Stormy is 100% correct. Melody is 100% wrong. I don't care how you slice it and dice it, okay? Mel does not set the proper expectations with these people who she bring onto this show, okay? If Melody intentions are for it to just be a co-worker situation, hey girl, you know I'm on Love and Hip Hop. They know Love and Hip Hop. You know I'm on Love and Marriage. They know what the tea is, right? They probably want to be on the show. So if Melody just told Stormy or Destiny, because it's not like we haven't heard this before, right? If she just told them, listen, I know you want to be on the show. I ain't got nobody to film with. Girl, you can come on. We can be cool outside of the show. I'm really not really trying to build a friendship like that. But while we're filming, if we get to know each other, cool. But that's really not my intention. So when it came down to filming, listen to what I'm saying. And it's been 2 months or 3 months or 4 months have passed. And people say, have you heard from Melody? Then somebody could say, oh girl, no, I haven't heard from her, but I think she's doing fine. You know, we both busy. And then when you see her on camera, hey girl, how you been? It's not like this expectation of friendship because we both see each other. So when somebody asks me about you, I can say, oh girl, you know, I'm busy, she's busy, we haven't really had our time to catch up, but I think she's coming to the event today. You know she coming to the event because, girl, we filming now. So then when she walk in, hey girl, how you been? Hey girl, how you been? Let's catch up. That's what I mean by Melody is not setting the proper expectations when it comes to these people on the show. Because we've heard this story before with Miss Destiny, and y'all tried to play in Destiny's face. If you're building a friendship with someone, no one should have to. Girl, let me tell y'all something. Do I have a direct message like with some of my friends? Yes, direct messages with some of my friends? Yes, I do. Me and my 2 biological sisters, okay? We have a group thing together on Instagram. But we don't use that to be like, hey girl, how you doing? Girl, those are my sisters. We use that to be messy when we talking about somebody on Instagram. And we tagging each other in the post. Girl, look at this mess. Girl, look at this. Look at her. You know what I'm saying? The same thing for my best friend. Yes, girl, we have our own little group thing. But girl, we don't use that to like check up on each other, girl. We use that again to be messy on YouTube and post fine men. Girl, look at this thing. Girl, ain't he fine? Girl! You see what I'm saying? So for Melody to tell Stormy that you should have DM'd me, girl, what? Why do I need to DM somebody when I consider them a friend and I had your number? Why am I DMing you? I would DM you if I didn't know you. Maybe if I was trying to get on the show. But now that I'm on the show and I thought that we were friends, why do I need to DM you, girl? That does not make sense. Anybody knows that when you change your number, you give your number out. And the people that you don't give your number out to, you don't want them to have your number. And that's completely fine. But Melody just needs to say that. Listen, girl, I really ain't looking for no friends. I should have told you that from the get. She can't say it on the show. But she should have told Stormy that. Then Stormy expectations wouldn't be up here. She would say, she would know, okay, girl, I know how to move with you when it's filming time. So when you come around, I can do you like you do Tiffany. Hey, girl, give me a hug. How you been, girl? I put Stormy is right. If you would have said this is where I'm at, then I would know. She talks about when they were at the reunion and Melody didn't even really, I guess, speak to her, I guess check up on her. It was her first reunion, which I think is kind of messed up because this is Stormy's first reunion. she's supposed to be your friend, you would think, and then you've been at you. This isn't your first time at the rodeo, so you would think that she would just be like, "Hey, girl, how you doing? I know this is your first reunion, just checking on your nerves, blah blah blah." She says that she didn't know they had dressing rooms next to each other. Girl, now I don't know, girl. I don't know. We've caught Melody in a couple of lies on the show. It's hard for me to believe that at these reunions they don't have signs on the doors that has their names. Unless Stormy just didn't have a sign on her door that says Stormy's dressing room. Because most of the time when I see these reunions, they have signs with their names on the door. But whatever. I put Mel wanted Stormy to DM her. Basically, if you were calling me and texting me, and I didn't get your number. I think Stormy was trying to say that basically, we text a lot. So when I was texting you, you wasn't responding. I'm like, well, what's going on? Anyway, she says that Melody was saying that she has friends, and she basically was saying something about like not like they don't need to be super needy. I could see if not Destiny, I say Destiny, Stormy was trying to get in contact with you every day, because girl, like, we grown, we got kids, we trying to get to the money. Girl, I don't have time to be talking on the phone every day. You know what I'm saying? But girl, if it's girl, 2 or 3, 4 months done passed by, girl, and I'm just trying to check and see how you doing, I don't think that makes someone super needy. Um, they just not friends. That's all it is. I mean, there's really nothing else to say about the situation except that Melody is not friends with anybody on this show. And I knew she wasn't friends with nobody on the show when I saw her girl walking with that old lady. What's her name? Miss Nail? Martell don't have nobody to film with, and Melody don't have nobody to film with. Martell having to go and crash dinner. Crash. He didn't crash that date, Nell. You know that. Girl, from what it sounded like, your husband invited him. But you going around telling Melody, girl, Martell crashed our dinner date. No, he did not. Girl, your husband invited him on your dinner date. And why was y'all so dressed up to go to the wing stop? Girl, I said, girl, I see a jingle in the back. Girl, was that a jingle on Connect 4? And girl, he got on his all black suit. He got on your all black dress. And girl, y'all out at the jingle place? Girl, I said, no, y'all overdressed, girl. Girl, y'all hear when I thought Stormy was trying to throw shade at Melody when she said that Melody was on her YouTube press tour. All right, Kimmy and Martell. Y'all know I go off for Kimmy. Kimmy is my girl, but I don't like that we are 5 seasons in and they're still bringing up Melody and Martell. Like, I get it, right? Because that's how, like, y'all are used to them being together. But I think at this point, y'all need to get used to them not being together. I really think that as it pertains to Melody Holt, girl, that door is closed, bolted, super glued, cemented, baby. Girl, ain't nobody getting through that door. The door is closed. So y'all can stop with, I feel like it's almost borderline toxic in a way when you have when she was having a conversation with Martell, and when you and Mel broke up, there were things that you wish. Oh, she was talking about like her breast cancer and basically saying that like it makes her happy that she has Maurice in her life because she doesn't have to go through this by herself. And has there been anything that has happened in Martell's life where kind of still, in a way, like you were still Mel was still there. In a way, that's how I took it. I was like, "Ooh, man," I was like, "Ooh, Kimmy, no, that's gross. Don't do that." You're like, it's over between Martell and Melody, and Melody's head is over. Martell really want to be back with Melody. Girl, he really do. He really, really does. Even when she said, even when y'all tell us we know what's best and to leave it alone. And y'all heard him, did y'all hear when he said, I'm not going to say that no more. I'm not going to say that no more. Because he really want to be back with Melody. Melody is about to leave. Martell wants to walk Melody to her car. He says, "Is this your purse?" Well, Melody said, "Yes, that's my Versace." I don't know why I thought that tickled me. Yes, that's my Versace. Because it's not a purse. You know, I learned that when I worked at Nordstrom. This one guy, this black guy, who worked in handbags, he always said that designer bags are not purses. He said, you buy a purse from Target. You buy a purse from Aldo. A Versace, that's a handbag. That's what he used to say. He hated when we call designer bags purses. He hated that. That's not a purse. A purse is what you get from Aldo. These are handbags. Okay, girl. Girl, you don't go give me that YSL purse. Suck it, girl. I'm trying to get this customer ship. Ship this purse to this customer. You want to argue back and forth about what's called a handbag or purse. Girl, go give me that purse so I can go. This is all I'm going to say about Martell trying to walk Melody to the car. This is another example of Martell not honoring Melody's wishes as it pertains to boundaries. I hope that while Martell is in therapy, that they talk about boundaries. And when Melody says, "No, I don't need you to walk me to my car," he should have been, "Okay, fine." This is what I think is a big mind fuck, okay? He sat down and he told Chris and Nell that he was taking Melody to court. This is where I'm like Team Melody. As much as she get on my nerves. With all due respect, I really want y'all to stop getting online and telling Melody that she's bitter. She need to let that hurt go. That man just trying. He just want to be nice to you. Like y'all haven't seen seasons 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we on 5. Like y'all haven't seen what that man has said and done to this woman. You're worried about her safety. You want her to make sure you want to make sure she's protected when you was out here slinging dick and fucking bitches raw and then going back and fucking your wife raw. So how much do you really care about her protection? Okay? Now, if Melody start to go off and start saying shit like that, then the people really gonna be mad. I think that for Martell to be trying to get full custody of their kids and then want to get on camera and try and play nice, y'all wonder why girl Melody ain't drove her car and ran over Martell. Do y'all know how much of a mind it is for your ex-husband to be trying to get full custody of your kids? But then when the cameras roll, "Hey man, how you doing? We should pray together. Let me walk you to your car." No, you can't do nothing for me. But stay out of my face. And that's on period. Y'all acting like Melody, and even if she did, I wouldn't care. Y'all act like Melody gets on TV on this show and drags Martell time after time after time. She just said, "I don't want to fool with Martell." And instead of Martell understanding, he wants to act like, "Oh, it's all good in the hood. Oh, she don't mean it. When she tell me that she don't want me to walk her to her car, she don't mean it." Yes, she do. And that's their problem. You live in a whole nother reality. The reality is Melody Cherie can't stand your black ass. And the only reason why she deals with you is because y'all got kids together. And I think that it is absolutely asinine for people to think that Melody should turn around and be nice to this man because he's trying to be nice to her. Bitch, if Melody spit in Martell's face every time she crossed paths with him, I wouldn't, don't do it, girl, because Martell might pop you. Don't do it, girl. But if she did it, I would understand. How dare you try and take somebody's kids away from them and then think that when we get in front of these cameras, girl, I'm supposed to be like, hey, how you doing? No, leave me alone and don't say nothing to me. Um, Mel basically says, I just wish for once my wishes were respected when I said no, I'm good. You got Tiffany and Lou over there basically co-signing with Martell. Kimmy or Maurice. So Kimmy is in a room packing, getting ready for her surgery. She goes into the media room, and she tells Maurice that she was going to cook to make sure that he had the stuff. Girl, y'all know I love Kimmy, but girl, when she said that, I almost girl, I said girl. I went, girl. No tea, no shade. Kimmy was almost knocking on heaven's door. By the grace of God, I think everything is in the clear now. I don't really keep up with Kim outside of the show like that, but I'm just gonna say I think everything is good. So we love that. I wish I would be in the middle of fighting for my life, and I'm also having to worry about this big ass overgrown nigga and what he gonna eat. Girl, that's the least of my worries. She says the party was good for her spirit. Now I will say I was with Maurice on this one. Martell needs to make up his mind. She was basically saying how she talked to Martell, and Martell really was kind of all over the place. I mean, as far as like not all over the place, but he basically insinuated he wants Melody back, pretty much. He says Martell needs to make up his mind. When you're the person who created a lot of the mistakes, then you're gonna have regrets. I'm so happy, girl. You created this. You created this, Martell. Nobody else did. Date night with Chris and Nell. He says he invited Martell. Martell doesn't like the single life. He's not exclusive with anyone. Him and Melody don't communicate at all. I'm assuming they said, because I think at one point they said they emailed each other. He took Mel to court. He took Mel to court and he wonders why she don't fuck with him. He says that Mel has 20-something babysitters. Even Nell was like, Martell. Martell, you're lying. But even if she did have 20 babysitters, you need to realize that this is your fault. Like, and if the kids are okay, then that's all that matters. And no, even if I was supposed to have my kids for the week and I knew I had to go out of town to work for a week, I'm still taking my kids. And I'll have my mother watch them. I'll have my brother watch them because I already know how you like to move. You're already taking me to court again. Why would I have you? Why would I call you when it's my week to have the kids to ask you to keep the kids so you can use that against me? No, I got them. I'm coming to get them. We already talked about the brother coming into town. Let me say something about the whole brother coming into town to watch the kids. The only reason why Martell Holt does not want Marcus, I think that's his name, Marcus, right? I can't remember, Melody's brother. He's gay. The only reason why Martell Holt does not want Marcus, if that's his name, watching their children is because Marcus is gay, and we know how y'all niggas think that if the kids see somebody who's gay, if they're around somebody who's gay, then they gonna be gay. Martell is scared that if their son is around Marcus, then girl, he might catch the homosexual spirit. That's all that's about. That's all that's about. Well, the truth of the matter is, Marcus is probably more of a man than you'll ever be. That's the tea. Because outside of you providing for your kids, and at one point Melody said you couldn't even really, you ain't had no money. Remember Melody said that she had to pay for the education, get the girls' hair braided because you ain't had no money. So, girl, outside of, I forgot I had some vegetable oil heating up on the side. I'm like, girl, what does that smell? But girl, outside of that, girl, let me shut up. Let me shut up. Oh, Tisha probably has the prettiest family members I have seen on television in a long time. When you look at, when they were playing that flashback of Kiki at the reunion, and remember how Miss Wanda looked and Tisha, and now this new girl, Courtney. Girl, I was like, damn, everybody in your family are like pretty ass women. Shout out to Tisha family. BP, who was the boss? BP, girl, I need to come to Huntsville so I can go to Black. Hey, BP, girl, I just want a Tito's and tonic or a Casamigos and a Red Bull on the side. Whoever BP is, did he say his name was BP? Shout out to BP. So Tisha meets up with her cousin Courtney. She wants Courtney to come work at, I think Tisha started a brokerage. Is it brokerage or brokage? Brokerage. Brokage. She started a real estate company, basically. Is it brokerage? Brokage. Brokerage. Girl, it's gonna drive me crazy. Hold up. Let's see. Got me on her saying the wrong shit. Oh, it's a brokerage, right? A real estate brokerage. Okay. Anyway, she wants her to come work for her. I think the girl already said she was in transition from one company to a next. Girl, that's a lot of moving around, but I mean, I guess, girl. She wants her and Kiki to go sit down and have a conversation because they're family. They need to work stuff out. Y'all already know. Mel and Nell, they go have a conversation. Mel says that dating life is cool. It's not as bad as people think that it is. I believe Mel. I think that if you're just having fun and going on dates and there's no expectation, then it's not that bad. I think, but if you're really out there like looking like, girl, I just need to find me a man, I need to find me a woman, then girl, it probably will give you a headache. But I can see why Mel says it's not that bad. Like, girl, I'm just out here just like going on dates, girl, getting free food. Girl, it is what it is. I put Nell. Martell did not crash her dinner date, girl. Your husband invited him. Nell tells what Martell says. She says the same people you turning against me, how would they feel if they knew you wanted me back? Melody, girl, I don't think we can use the Martell as turning people against you. You do a pretty good job of that on your own. I thought the thing wasn't recording. I almost had a panic attack. Yeah, I don't think we can keep using that because Martell is still cool with everybody in the group, even with his trifling ways. Now, you on the other hand, Melody has to set the proper expectations for these people, so nobody is in the dark about where they stand. Martell probably sets the proper expectations. Like, girl, I ain't really cool with Marceau and them like that. I mean, we cool, but you know what I'm saying? Like, when we see each other, ain't no beef. Like, hey, what's up? Y'all wanna have a cocktail? Like, they know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, Nell wants to know, can they have any compromise as far as, like, the babysitters? And this is why I be feeling bad. This is when I will say, because a part of me, I don't think that Melody is like Melody ain't all the way on my shit list like the other girls and boys are, but it's like it's that 1 foot over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, ooh, girl. But the other foot, it be on this other side. Because I don't think Melody is a horrible person. I think, and I don't want to put it on Martell, but I do think Martell did a number on Melody. And I think Melody is just at a place in life where it's kind of like, girl, I don't fuck with none of y'all hoes. And quiet as it's kept in real life. See, this is the thing, right? This is the part that sometimes we forget about. In real life, that's why it's kind of like Melody don't need to be on the show. Because she has every right to not want to fool with them. Because the truth of the matter is, everybody knew Martell. Well, I mean, she knew too, but everybody knew that Martell was out here doing dirt, and they all pretty much smiled on her face like, hey, girl. Hey, girl. You know. So I can understand why she don't want to fool with them, but it's like, girl, at some point, if you don't even interact with the cast, now you having to film with this old-ass lady. Girl. Martell having to film with girl Chris. When Melody started crying, I was like, oh girl. Oh my God. I was like, oh, don't make me cry. Don't make me cry. She says that this is not something that I wanted, but it's the reality now. And you're not about to be able to control me because we have kids together. I think this is what Martell is doing. Martell had the control in that relationship. Even though we know that Melody really was the Candy Burris of that relationship. No tea, no shade, girl. How Candy and Ty get thrown in this? Easy, because I just did it. Even though we know Melody was, girl, the brains in that relationship, Martell still, had the control, and she at least let him think he had the control. And now because he's losing that control, Martell is having a fit. He doesn't know what to do because he can't control Melody. He can't control Melody. He doesn't have a say-so over her life, and it's driving him up the wall. And just like Melody said, I never wanted this to see my kids every other week. Like, it's really, really sad. I never wanted this. I never wanted to be in a position where I could only see my kids every other week. And when she said that, I said, damn. For some reason, as much talking as I do, and as much, girl, talking as we do, I never really thought, as crazy as this may sound, I never really thought about how difficult that it can be when a divorce I know that sounds crazy. Like, I didn't really think about it through the lens of, girl, you really might only get to see your kids 2 weeks out of the month. These human beings who you carried, who you've been in the household with for X amount of years, now you only get to see them X amount of days. All because he couldn't do what he was supposed to do. And that was not embarrassing. Y'all know Melody would still be in that relationship if they wasn't on TV. And I put, if you cared about your kids, you wouldn't have put Mel in the position to have to not look like a fool. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you put let me tell y'all something. Y'all put y'all families in a position to be destroyed and taken apart whenever you decide to go out there and slang dick in the community. I'm not saying, I don't want to sit here and say that people don't care about their kids, but you have to really think about what's at stake when you are a man or a woman or non-binary, whoever it might be. When you decide to go and step outside of your family, knowing what you can lose. And I really think that Martell thought that Melody wasn't going to go nowhere. Now, quiet as it's kept, if they were not on the show, Melody would have stayed, in my honest opinion. But nobody is going to stick around and look like a fool for too long, especially when it's playing out on TV. Wendy had to get up and go. Wendy Williams had to get up and go. Melody had to get up and go. The girls are going to get up and go because they're not going to look like fools for too much longer. So now you're mad because you really thought that you were going to be able to have a girlfriend and a wife. And now everything kind of fell apart. And now you running around here trying to, girl, pull strings of Melody. And Melody like, no, bitch, those strings been cut. Tisha and Kiki go out. They go to a little boxing place. And girl, it sounds like they're about to start throwing each other under the bus. That was pretty much it, child. Yeah, I mean, Melody, she do make it, girl. Like I said, girl, I think a lot of people only really fool with Melody because y'all, this is no tea, no shade. Y'all have went through the same thing that Melody has went through. So y'all do think Melody walks on water. I don't think Melody is like a horrible, horrible, horrible person. But I think that Martell has did a number on Melody. I do think that. And I think that Melody realizes that a lot of these people on the show are not my friends. But that's also kind of like, girl, if they ain't your friends, and girl, you're not really filming with them, girl, you really don't fool with them like this. Kind of like, girl, what's the point of you being on the show? Because girl, you don't even try to act like they're your friends. At least everybody else act like they friends. You see what I'm saying? At least, girl, the niggas can get on the show and act like they friends. They were just that was already, girl, gang banging, girl, at Madani the other day, girl, and that came back, girl, 3 hours later, and was homeboys. At least they can put on the front. I guess Melody said, I'm not down with that fake shit. You better be. Anyways, girl, that's all I got to say, child. I need to watch Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.